Hey everybody, welcome to Niagara Wine Videos. I'm Brad and I bring you the story behind Niagara's finest wines. And this show is a little bit late. We're already in April, but better late than never. I wanted to go to Cuvée this year and taste through as many wines as I could because I didn't get a chance this year to get out to as many wineries as I wanted before I pick my best of 2015. So I got some notes here I'll be referring to throughout the show, but I think I've got a really solid job of selecting, in my opinion, the best Niagara has to offer. $50 or less. I tried to make the price points. So unfortunately most of the upper echelon wines are around the $50 mark, but there are some really good finds below that offer similar characteristics of these more expensive wines that I've chosen. So this year, not a lot of big surprises, kind of some classic growers, wineries in the Niagara region that I've grown up with that are still producing great wine. Growing up in the Niagara region is just fantastic because I got a chance at a young age to taste some of these boutique wineries that have now been bought out by bigger companies, but still offer the exact same type of wine. So they've kept the same philosophies, which is really cool. Obviously that's why they bought them, but so some wines probably you're gonna know, but it's nice to see that they're still making really high quality red wines. And then there is a couple surprises, but we'll get to that. So starting off, the best find, so kind of like the best deal, a wine that kind of shocked me because this winery, sorry, I don't mean to be negative, but this winery just sucked before. And predominantly because it wasn't really a winery. It's a golf course. And then they did the wine probably to have weddings and, tie it all in. But the wine was never the greatest. This year I tasted a Meritage, a Cabernet Franc, a Chardonnay, and did I taste a rosé or was it a sparkling wine? Anyway, all the wines are very solid, especially the red wines, and they're coming in under $20 a bottle. I think they're on sale around $15 at the LCBO, so really good deals. The winery I'm talking about is Rockway Vineyards. So it used to be Rockway Glen Golf Course. So I'll get you some bottle shots afterwards because the focusing's pretty bad here. I can see that. Can you see it? Rockway, there you go. Cool labels, right? So this one here is the Meritage 2011 vintage. It says small lot. So they're cropping the vineyards and keeping the yields low to get a more concentrated wine. And then this is the Cabernet Franc. Boom, there we go. And like I said, both these wines, this is 2011. I believe that you can still get them at the LCBO. They're sold out at the winery, but you can get the 2012 vintage. And as you know, 2012, very hot vintage, so the wines will be amazing. Not to say that 2011s aren't. I really like 2011s because they're approachable right now. The grapes still met their phenological ripeness and all that, maybe hung on the vine a little bit later, but ripe wines, but with some nice finesse. So they're approachable tannins right now. They're not super harsh and dry. They drink really well right now. So these wines, both of them, man, they're good. They're packed with everything, ripe berries, cassis, pipe tobacco. You get those secondary flavors, those dried leafy flavors. They're structured. They're nice wines. And for under $20 a bottle, Rockway Vineyards is killing it. So they got a new winemaker, David Stasik. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And this guy, I think he's a graduate from here in Niagara, but he's traveled kind of all over the world, to BC, the Okanagan Valley. He worked really nice wineries there. I also went to New Zealand, worked in Marlborough region. He's worked, where does it say here? I think Australia, kind of all over the place. So, he brings all his experience, international experience back here. What he learned, you probably learn more in the field than you do at school, but traveling is important. It's a dude that's traveled. He's really implemented his techniques that he's learned, and these are some solid wines. I mean, they're amazing. So if you're like me and you have stereotypes, this is a good one to break through. You know, try these Rockaway Vineyard wines, awesome wines. You're gonna love them. So that is kind of the best find. And then we get to, this doesn't really have a category, it's just these two wines, they're always amazing. They're both red blends, and like I said, they come from wineries that I've grown up with. So the first one, I love this winery. This winery, I used to go and buy everybody their Christmas presents there, 2 bottles of red wine. All the time I used to go there. It was a little shack. It used to have a bucket dripping from the roof because the place was falling apart, but the wine was always solid. Maybe one of the best red blends I've ever had. Super dry, structured, really dry. I think it would be the house style there. Made to age, you know, nice backbone. I'm talking about 30 bench, ladies and gentlemen. These wines are just incredible. Now I know it's been purchased by Peller or Andres, and they redid the building and it's fancy and all that. And you know, it kind of turned me off a little bit, especially even the tasting room experience. But I've come around. You know, I get what they're going for. The wines, they kept the same philosophy. So this 30 bench red, every single year it comes out, it's phenomenal. But in 2012, such a hot year, produced such ripe fruit, great for Bordeaux varietals. So this wine, beautiful, love it. I could drink this every week, every weekend. This one is about 25 bucks a bottle. Already is 25 bucks a bottle. So, you know, a little higher than the $19.99 everybody wants to spend. But if you spend an extra 5 bucks, you're always going to get a quality wine, 30 bench red. It's awesome. You'll love it. If you know it, 30 bench, you know, you don't have to listen to me. You already know it's great. Another wine synonymous with red wines when I grew up here in the Niagara region is Creekside Estates. Just awesome. And their winemaker, I think the original winemaker was Australian. I'm not sure if Rob Power is. He's the winemaker at Creekside. I got a cool interview with him at Cuvée, so check that out. They produce some amazing wines. I mean, I think one of the best red wines I had, best Cabernet, because I often think that Cabernet Sauvignon can't be produced here in the Niagara region compared to like California, Australia, Bordeaux. But the very best Cabernet Sauvignon I ever had was from Creekside. So they produce some stellar red wine. So this is again, it's a red blend. So it's like the 30 bench red. They call theirs Laura's red. It used to be called the Laura's blend. But this is 2011. So the 2012s I think are out right now. Stellar. 2011, stellar. Every year it's stellar. So 2 wines I absolutely adore that I don't think I've talked about before. Or I think maybe I did the Laura's, but I never did the 30 bench. And I drink them every year. So every single year I get a couple bottles of these and I drink them. So you should too. And you'll see what I mean. Just quality that doesn't change year after year. You know, that's what it's all about, right? Consistency. A new winery. Well, I guess, you know, they're getting a little older now, but they're still really new. I produce some cool videos for them, so I'm a little bit biased. I always get to taste their portfolio of wines. If you've watched my videos, you know what I'm talking about. Pondview. These guys, Fred DeProfio, oh my God, the guy's a master at making full body reds. Their owner, really cool guy, Lou Puglisi, he just loves full body Italian reds and California reds. So I think that's what he goes for. You know, super low yields, all estate fruit, hand picked, you know, fermented in the best, aged in the best oak. So these ones are unfiltered. Fred DeProfio, if you haven't tasted his wines, the guy's a master at creating like full body solid red wine. So this is their 2012 portfolio. I've got all of them and they are all incredible, winning huge awards already. They got gold at Intervin, probably the highest praise you can get, Intervin. They got a gold, and I think that got like 92, 91 points, Wine Align, the Cab Sauv. So all these wines, I mean, big time, you know, tannin structure, cassis, but then you get those secondary flavors, which, you know, boosts the score, makes wine nerds like me go crazy. Leafy tobacco notes, earthiness, charcoal, tar, all that baked into these wines. So Pondview killing it as always. They're just incredible. But they've got some other nice wines too, white wines. So Fred, he's a bit of a genie or a genius. You know, he can do red and white. So Pondview, amazing. So moving right along here, my favorite Pinot of the year. Whoa. Look at my cuvee video for last year and you'll know what I'm talking about. Norman Hardy. Wow, this guy, a master at producing Burgundian varietals. Did lots of research. He's got his vineyard up in Prince Edward County, and this is not a Niagara wine. This is from Prince Edward County, the fruit. And last year, I think I picked the Niagara Norman Hardy, and this year it's the county fruit. I'm a little bit of a trader here. I think his county fruit's actually better for his Chards and for his Pinots. I love the county fruit. It's incredible. He does everything in a Burgundian old world style. You know, he does all natural ferments, so no cultured yeast. Just whatever's present in the vineyard ferments the wine. It takes longer, it's a slower process, but it develops all these secondary flavors and more of a soft lushness on your palate. Beautiful wines. He's a real soldier for natural wines here in Ontario. He's just, you know, he beats to or the beat of his own drum. He does things the way he wants to, and the wines turn out amazing. So a lot of Burgundy fans, you know, international wine critics cite this one because they say in blind tastings, people say, oh, that's Burgundy. They often confuse it. So it really is that good. I mean, I love this wine. It's got like that beautiful elegance in the mouth. That's what Pinot Noir is all about. And sometimes the Niagara region becomes too acidic, but this is not that way. This is really, really beautiful. Nice expression. It's not over the top like the California where it's too sweet. It's right in the middle. It's got a nice, perfect balance, is I guess what I'm trying to say. But with all that, you know, romance that Pinot Noir brings. It's just really beautiful, this wine. I can't say enough about it. You have to really taste it to experience it. So this guy here is a little more expensive. I think it's like 40 bucks, 35, 40 bucks, but it is worth every penny. And when you drink it, you got to drink every drop because it's delicious. Definitely my favorite Pinot Noir, probably all over the world. I mean, it's that good. Moving right along to my favorite wine of 2014. It's 2015 now. This 2014, the year that just passed, I mean, it was a great year because the vintages that are out are 2010s, really super hot vintage, 2011, which in my opinion is a great vintage, but it gets forgotten because the weather wasn't as hot as in 2010 and 2012. So you have the 10, 11, and 12s that were out that you can purchase, that you still can purchase. And just amazing time to drink full-bodied Bordeaux varietals here in Niagara because they just ripened so well. So you've seen this winery before. I've talked about it before. I've actually got two favorite wines that I've chosen for 2014. My favorite one I tasted last year was the 2010 Trois Cachets. So that is from Bench. Harold Field, the proprietor. Just, you know, this guy, nothing gets by him. He's really, 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 really into Burgundian varietals. That's kind of what his winery is known for. But he also creates two Bordeaux style blends, and they're amazing. Super structured, but these guys are built to age, okay? They're built to age. So you get a bottle like this, you put it down for another 5 years, and then you drink it. But make sure you go there and taste it. That's the beauty of going out to the winery. You get to taste through the wines, right? So when you taste this, you'll know exactly what I mean. This is as close, in my opinion, to a nice Bordeaux you're gonna get. So I often think that our terroir, our climate, it is so similar to Bordeaux because we get good weather, we get shit weather. So does Bordeaux. We get sunny days, we get overcast days. So does Bordeaux. It's not like Australia or California here where every day is just beautiful and hot, right? It's more of a cool but in the summer hot climate. So warm, cool climate, kind of a mix of everything. I know we're known as a cool climate, but it does get stinking hot and here in the summer. So it's a weird continental climate we have. Another favorite wine that I have this year, I tasted at Cuvée. I actually don't have it, so I'm going to leave you with a video clip here that I took of the Adam, the winemaker at Two Sisters Winery. Now, Two Sisters, new winery, brand new, just opened last August here. It's across from Peller Estates in Niagara-on-the-Lake. owned by a really, affluent, rich developer from Toronto. He built a winery here, a beautiful building, and his 2 daughters run it. So 2 sisters, that's where they get the name. And same things, all estate fruit, low yields, natural wine approach, less is better. Just kind of guiding the grapes and the vineyard work through the process, opposed to, imparting your winemaking philosophies and your own kind of vision as a winemaker. You just kind of let the naturalness take effect. So, winemaking, it takes place in the vineyard. That's kind of the philosophy behind all great wines. And that's what it is here. So Adam Pearce, check out the video clip I did. It's a Cabernet Franc, a 2010 Cabernet Franc that I tasted, and it just shines. We walked around, a couple buddies and I, to different places, and they said, well, this is the one I think's the best. This is the one I think's the best. And everybody agreed that, yeah, you know what, after tasting that, the Two Sisters 2010 Cabernet Franc was one of the best wines. In my opinion, the best this year poured at Cuvée. But, everyone's got a different opinion. In any case, extremely solid wine. So that's it, folks. That's the best of 2014, in my opinion. Brad from Niagara Wine Videos. So yeah, I'll leave you with this clip from Adam. Hopefully everyone, now that it's spring, is going to be drinking some nice rosés, because rosés are amazing. And going to be out there gardening. Oh wait a second. We didn't do the best white wine. Best white wine. Here we go. I don't have it, but the best white wine was a rosé. So this year, best wine I tasted was a rosé. It's a 2014 Cabernet Franc rosé. Here's the thing. You cannot get dry rosés outside of Canada or France. It's impossible. Everybody makes sweet, goopy, like White Zinfandel type rosé. So if you want like a Provence type, south of France rosé, zesty, fresh, but still has a little bit of that red wine character, you gotta get Niagara Rosés. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go out to every winery and try the rosé. Phenomenal, okay? So that's the best white. That was kind of a rush job, eh? Anyway, here's Adam from Two Sisters. Hope you enjoy your day, and hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.
Sure. Hi, I'm Adam. We're Two Sisters Winery in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara River appellation, and tonight at Cuvée 2015 we're pouring our 2010 Cabernet Franc. Our 2010 Cabernet Franc from a really ripe vintage in Niagara. Everything you'd expect from a fairly big, bold Bordeaux blend. We get a little bit of barrel toast, some bell pepper, a lot of cherry and tobacco showing through as well, and a really long, soft, voluptuous finish.
Yeah,